Bartholomew and the Oobleck by Dr. Seuss. Bartholomew and the Oobleck. They will talk about it in the kingdom of Did as the year the king got angry with the sky, and they still talk about the page boy, Bartholomew Cubbins. If it hadn't been for Bartholomew Cubbins, the king in the sky would have wrecked the little kingdom. Bartholomew had seen the king get angry many, many times before, but that year, when His Majesty started growling at the sky, Bartholomew Cubbins just didn't know what to make of it. Yet all that year, the old king did it. All year long, he stared into the air above his kingdom, muttering and sputtering through his royal whistle, "Humph! The things that come down from my sky." All spring, when the rain came down, he growled. All summer, when the sunshine came down, he growled at that. And autumn, when the fog came down, he growled at that. And that winter, when the snow came down, he started shouting, "This snow, this fog, this sunshine, this rain, bah! These four things that come down from my sky." "But King Derwin," Bartholomew tried to calm him, "you've always had these same four things coming down." "That's just the trouble," bellowed the king. "Every year the same four things. I'm mighty tired of these old things. I want something new to come down." "Something new to come down?" Bartholomew gasped. "That's impossible, Your Majesty. You just can't have it." "Boy, don't you dare tell me what I can or cannot have. Remember, Bartholomew, I'm king." "I know, sire," said Bartholomew. "You rule the land and you rule the people, but even kings can't rule a sky." "Can't, eh?" His Majesty flew into tail rage. "Well, maybe other kings can't do it, but maybe I'm one king who can. You mark my words, Bartholomew Cubbins. I will have something new come down." But how to get something new to come down? That was rather hard to think up, and for many days the old king stomped around trying to figure it out. Then finally, late one night, when all the lords and ladies of the palace were fast asleep, just as the king was buttoning his royal nightshirt, he suddenly stopped still. A strange, wild light grew in his eyes. "Why, of course," he began laughing. "They can do it for me. Bartholomew Cubbins, blow my secret whistle, quick. Call my royal magicians." "Your royal magicians, Your Majesty?" Bartholomew shivered. "Oh, no, Your Majesty. Don't call them." "You hold your tongue, Bartholomew Cubbins. You do as I command you. Blow my secret whistle." "Yes, sire," Bartholomew bowed. "But, Your Majesty, I still think you may be very, very sorry." He took the king's secret whistle from the secret hook, and he blew a long, low blast down the king's back secret stairway, and a moment later he heard them coming. Up from the musty hole beneath the dungeon, up the empty midnight tunnel to the royal bedchamber tower came the magicians on their padded, shuffling feet. Up and right into the room they came. Shuffle, shuffle, duffle, muzzle, muff, vista, wista, Mr. Cuff. We're men of groans and howls, mystic men who eat boiled owls. Tell us what you wish, O king. Our magic can do anything. "I wish," spoke the king, "to have you make something fall from my sky no other kingdom has ever had before. What can you do? What will you make?" For a moment they stood thinking, blinking their creaky eyes. Then they spoke one word. "Oobleck." "Oobleck?" asked the king. What will it look like? Won't look like rain, won't look like snow, won't look like fog, that's all we know. We just can't tell you anymore. We've never made Oobleck before. They bowed and they started towards the door. We go now to our secret cave, our mystic mountain cave. There all night long we'll work for you, and you'll have Oobleck when we're through. They'll do something crazy, whispered Bartholomew. Call back, your majesty. Stop them. Stop them? Not for a ton of diamonds. Well, I'll be the mightiest man that ever lived. Just think of it, tomorrow I'm going to have Oobleck. It took Bartholomew a long time to get the excited king to sleep that night. But there was no sleep for Bartholomew, the page boy. All night long he stood in the king's window, staring up at the mystic mountain Nicotave. Somewhere up there, Bartholomew and the magicians were working their terrible magic. All night the magicians did. All night they walked circles around the magic fire, making magic mumblings with their clucking tongues. Oh, snow and rain are not enough. We must make some brand new stuff. So feed the fire with mouse hair. Burn an onion, burn a chair. Burn a whisker from your chin, and burn a long sour lizard skin. Burn yellow twigs, and burn red dust, and burn a stocking full of dust. Make some magic smoke green, thick and hot. It smells dreadful, does it not? That means the smoke is just now right, so quick before the day gets light. Go magic smoke, go high, go high, go rise into the kingdom sky. Go make the Oobleck tumble down on every street in every town. Go make the wondrous Oobleck fall, or bring down Oobleck on us all. Dawn was just breaking, and Bartholomew was still standing, trembling, watching at the bedchamber window. But now as the sun rose, Bartholomew smiled. The silly magicians hadn't done a thing. Then suddenly, Bartholomew Cubbins stopped smiling. Was he thinking things? No. There was something strange up in the sky. At first it seemed like a little greenish cloud. Just a wisp of greenish steam. But now it was coming lower and lower down across the fields and farms and houses of the sleeping little kingdom. It was swirling towards the topmost tower of the palace. Tiny little greenish specks were shimmering in the air. Right over his head, queer little greenish blobs, just about the size of grape seeds. He stretched out his hand. He started to catch one. Then he pulled his hand back. There was something frightening about these blobs. Bartholomew slammed the window shut. Wake up, your majesty! Your Oobleck is falling! King sprang out of his royal bed sheets. By my royal whiskers it is. Oh, that beautiful Oobleck, and it's mine, all mine. I don't like the look of those blobs, sir. They're coming down now as big greenish peanuts. The bigger the better, laughed the king. Oh, what a day I'm going to make it a holiday. I want every man, woman, and child in my kingdom to go out and dance in my glorious Oobleck. Out in that stuff? Do you think it's safe, sire? Stop asking foolish questions, boy. You run up to my bell tower now. Wake my royal bell ringer. Tell him to ring the great holiday bell. For a moment, Bartholomew didn't move. Run! Barked the king, and Bartholomew ran. Across the sleeping palace, Bartholomew ran. Up the ladder of the high bell tower, he climbed the bell ringer's little cubbyhole in the belfry. Ring your bell, he called. His Majesty the King proclaims today a holiday. The old man crawled out of his cot. He grabbed the bell. What's the holiday for, Bartholomew? You'll find out soon enough, said Bartholomew. The bell ringer yanked the rope. Nothing happened. He yanked it harder. Still nothing happened. Hey, what's wrong with my bell? He muttered. I better take a look outside. He poked his head out through the little trap door. Merciful gracious! What is that? All over my bell, like greenish molasses. Not only your bell, Bartholomew cried. Look at the poor robin down there in the tree. She's stuck in her nest. She can't move a wing. The oobleck's gooey. It's gummy. It's like glue. Ooh, the bell ringer runs hand. If that green stuff sticks up robins, it'll stick up people, too. Someone's got to warn the people, cried Bartholomew. Got to wake them up and order them to stay inside their houses. I'll tell the royal trumpeter. He turned and slid like lightning down the bell tower ladder. To the trumpeter's tower raced Bartholomew Cubbins, and up the steps 4 at a time. As he ran, he could hear the plop, plop of the oobleck on the window panes. It was pelting against the palace wall, as big as greenish cupcakes now. He yanked the cover off the snoring trumpeter. He shoved the cold trumpet right into his sleepy hands. Get up! Warn the people! Blow the alarm! The trumpeter. Then his eyes saw the oobleck. That green stuff, Bartholomew? Where'd they come from? The king, panted Bartholomew. His royal magicians made them. The royal trumpeter looked for his head. The king of ours should be ashamed. He jabbed his trumpet out the window. I'll blow. The loudest alarm that's ever been heard in the kingdom of Did. But the royal trumpeter blew out. My horn! One of those green things flew inside it. He tried to blow it out, and he couldn't. He tried to shake it out, and he couldn't shake it out. I'll get it somehow, he yelled. I'll pull it out. No, shouted Bartholomew. Don't touch it. The trumpeter's hand was already in it. His fingers grabbed hold of the lump of oobleck. He could feel it squiggle around his fist like slippery potato dumpling made of rubber. He pulled with all his might. The oobleck began to stretch. Then going! The oobleck snapped right back inside the trumpet. He yanked his arm back with it right up to his elbow. I can't wiggle a finger. Oh, Bartholomew, what'll I do? I don't know, and I hate to leave you stuck in your horn, but if you can't warn the people of the kingdom, I gotta find someone who can. And out of the room and down the stairs raced Bartholomew Cubbins. Down to the chamber of the captain of the guards. The captain was humming in front of his mirror, combing the ends of his handsome mustache. Captain, do something, shouted Bartholomew. Do something? Why? Smiled the captain. What's wrong? Captain, haven't you seen the dreadful oobleck? It's coming now as big greenish baseballs. Oh, that stuff, laughed the captain. What's so dreadful, lad? You know I think it's rather pretty. Captain, pleaded Bartholomew, it's dangerous. Nonsense, snorted the captain. Lad, you're trying to frighten me? Captain, my boy, are afraid of nothing. This stuff's harmless. I'll show you. I'll eat some. Eat some? Oh, no! But Bartholomew could stop him. The captain was leaning out his window, scooping up some of the oobleck on the end of his sword. Don't, Captain! Don't! The captain did. By the time the Bartholomew dragged him inside the room, his mouth was glued tight shut with oobleck. He tried to speak. No words came out. All the noble captain of the guard could do was blow a lot of little sticky green bubbles. Forgive me for leaving you, Captain, but a captain full of bubbles is no help at all. And he stretched the poor man out. He left him there on his chamber floor. Bartholomew went tearing through the zigzagging palace halls. I'll get the king's horse. I'll ride him through the country. I'll warn the people of the kingdom myself. He pushed open the door that led out to the royal stables. Bartholomew stopped. He could go no farther. The awful oobleck was plumping down as big as greenish footballs now. Too late to warn the people of the kingdom. There were farmers in the fields getting stuck to hoes and plows. Goats were getting stuck to ducks. Geese were getting stuck to cows. Outside the palace was piling up great greenish tons of oobleck, deeper and deeper in every roof. There was nothing Bartholomew Cubbins could do there, shaking his head sadly. he stepped back inside. Inside, a moment later, it was just as bad as out. An angry roar. The Oobleck was suddenly hitting the palace harder, his battering spun against the walls as big as greenish buckets full of gooey asparagus soup. Like a sinking sailboat, the whole palace was springing leaks. The Oobleck was ripping the windows right off the hinges. It was dripping through the ceilings. It was rolling down the chimneys. It was coming in everywhere, even through the keyholes. From every bedroom in the palace came the howls of lords and ladies, frightened in their nightgowns. They came jumping to theirs. "Go back to your beds. Get under your blankets." But nobody paid the slightest attention. Everyone in the palace started rushing about madly. The royal cook rushed down to the royal kitchen. Bartholomew comes and saw him trapped there, stuck to 3 stew pots, a teacup, and a cat. The royal laundress rushed outside to save her laundry. Bartholomew saw her stuck tight to the clothesline between 2 woolen stockings and the King Bess Sunday blouse. He saw the royal fiddlers. They were stuck to their royal fiddles. Everywhere Bartholomew ran, he saw someone stuck to something. They were stuck by the dozens. Every last friend he had in the world was flopping and floundering, all hopelessly caught in goo. Then suddenly, amidst the hubbub, Bartholomew gasped, "The king! Where was the king?" He'd forgotten all about him. In the throne room, Bartholomew found him. There he sat, old King Derwin, proud and mighty ruler of the kingdom of Did, trembling, shaking, helpless as a baby. His royal crown was stuck to his royal head. The seat of his royal pants was stuck to his royal throne. Oobleck was dripping from his royal eyebrows. It was oozing into his royal ears. "Fetch my magicians, Bartholomew. Make them say some magic words. Make them stop the Oobleck." Bartholomew shrugged his shoulder. "Can't fetch them, your majesty. The cave on Mount Newig is buried in Oobleck. They must think of some magic. What are those words? Shuffle, duffle, muzzle, muff. It's all I can remember, and they don't do any good. The Oobleck keeps falling harder." Bartholomew couldn't hold his tongue long. "It's going to keep falling," he shouted, "until your whole great marble palace tumbles down. So don't waste your time saying foolish. You ought to be saying some plain simple words." "Simple words? What do you mean, boy?" "I mean," said Bartholomew, "this is all your fault. Now the least you can do is say the simple words, 'I'm sorry.'" No one had ever talked to the king like this before. "What? Me? Me say I'm sorry? Kings never say I'm sorry. And I'm the mightiest king in all the world." Bartholomew looked the king square in the eye. "You may be a mighty king," he said, "but you're sitting in Oobleck up to your chin, and so's everyone else in your land. If you won't even say you're sorry, you're no sort of king at all." And Bartholomew Cubbins turned his back, and he started for the throne room door. But then Bartholomew heard a great deep sob. The old king was crying. "Come back, Bartholomew Cubbins. You're right. It's my fault, and I am sorry. Oh, Bartholomew, I'm awfully, awfully sorry." And at the moment the king spoke those words, something happened. Maybe there was some magic in those simple words, "I'm sorry." Maybe there was some magic in those simple words, "It's all my fault." Maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't. But they say that as soon as the king spoke them, the sun began to shine and fight its way through the storm. They say that the falling Oobleck blobs grew smaller and smaller. And they say that all the Oobleck that was stuck on all the people and all the animals of the kingdom of Did simply, quietly melted away. And then they say Bartholomew Cubbins took the old king by the sleeve and led him up the steps of the royal high bow tower. He put the bell rope into his majesty's royal hand, and the king himself rang the holiday bell. Then the king proclaimed the brand new national holiday. in honor of the 4 perfect things that come down from the sky. The king now knew that these 4 old-fashioned things, the rain, the sun, the fog, and the snow, were good enough for any king in all the world, especially for him, old King Derwin. Bartholomew and the Oobleck.